Well, well, well. 5 chais enter, 5 chais leave my bladder, because I'm going to drink all of these, and my body will process the sort of excess and waste and eject it in the form of urine. What forms of future lot do we have before us in these cups that are holding the bags, that are holding the teas in the bags that I will drink and consume and then, you know, say, oh, this one is different than this one because of that, and this one is better than this one because of that. Let's see. Here are the contenders, the chai tenders, the contestants, the contenders, the chai ponents, the adversar chais. I would like to get out of this bit now. I'm done with it. I would like to leave. Bit over. Bit end. Please let me out. I'm done. I'm done. This Tazo Regenerative Organic Chai. Unlock the freshness and enjoy Bigelow Family Tea Blender since 1945. Spiced chai black tea decaffeinated, the perfect balance of bold rich tea and exotic spices, all natural. Bigelow Vanilla Chai Black Tea, smooth vanilla blended with flavorful spices. Artificially flavored. First Street Chai Black Tea. Hippie Chai Instant Cardamom Chai. What? What is this? There was no selection process here. This isn't like an overview of the most common grocery store chais, although some of them probably fit into that, or like the best ones, or the worst ones, or the ones with the finest microplastics contained inside. This is an overview of the bagged chai and differently bagged chai that I had. So, you know, if you're living in my closet, this is for you. And if you're not, then, I mean, hey, rent's not that bad. You know, looking for a closet roomie. You know, I travel around a fair amount, and in my journeys, instead of collecting, I don't know, precious memories or human beings or something, I sort of accumulate the tea world's flotsam, and eventually I have enough of it that's sort of thematically similar that I could do a fun comparison tasting. And these are the ones that have happened into my life, including you somehow. I'm going to drink them, and then I'm going to taste them, and I guess I'll find out which of the teas that I have I like the best. I'll probably never get any of these purposefully again, but I'll know. That's what this is. That's the video. If you couldn't have figured that out by now, you should have been able to. If you haven't, then hey, guess what? The next James Patterson book's coming out in a couple weeks, and it's his 18th book this month. You know, the name of the book is called Lies He Told Me? Like, did he name it that purposely so hack book reviewers who for some reason are reviewing James Patterson books as if that's a necessary component of anything, like, have an easy way to make digs at his book? Like, lies he told me, yeah, like that this book was good. Lies he told me, yeah, like that he could write. Lies he told me, yeah, like that he wrote this. Lies he told me, lies he told me, yeah, like that older white men have getting into Tazo Regenerative Organic Chai. This is the crunchy stuff. This is some real granola stuff here. Well, in comparison, it does not seem particularly granola. You know, this is the aside from that one, this would be the one for the hippies out there in the French, I guess. That's odd choice for a second language, Tazo. I can't say I understand the logic behind that one. We've got an acknowledgement of a blend of black teas. They're probably all a blend, but it's nice that they're mentioning that they're a blend. The blend is unknown. It can be guessed at. It doesn't really matter, so I won't. It's a black tea. It's, it's this. It's got ginger, cinnamon, black pepper, cardamom, spices, which include cloves and star anise, which I think this is the only one of the bunch that has star anise in it, unless some of these are hiding it under like the heading natural flavors, which I don't think they are, which is odd. Don't see a lot of chai with anise in it. I guess hippies really just love anise. Yeah, the regenerative part, that's because someone at Tazo, I don't care. They found out about the words climate justice and regenerative agriculture, and now they're using them as a part of their marketing campaigns, which makes this all feel more disgusting. I just prefer they didn't do that. Hey, speaking of disgusting and awful, Stephen Smith, the founder of this Tazo tea, titled himself the company's in-house tea shaman. And he blessed every single bag of Tazo. So we've got a little hippie Eucharist going on here, which is fun. I hope that sort of gives me some power. That would be nice. That's embarrassing, huh? And a series of other demeaning adjectives. Great work, Stephen. I know they can't design a website because using their website was a frustrating, useless endeavor. It's terrible, like pretty much every website made after 2003. So they can't do that, but hopefully they can make chai. Alright, I'd say these are all about done steeping. I had initial plans to combine all of the bagged ones into one super tea and then brew that, but I didn't have enough water for that. I definitely smell a blend of spices. Cardamom is probably the main thing I'm smelling here. Do I smell anything else that I could pick out and say is something for sure? I don't think so. So I did all of these at just shy of boiling. They would be boiling if I could put boiling water in that and it would maintain a boil. But that doesn't happen. I guess you don't need to be in the shed anymore, do you? Bye! And I steeped them for 4 minutes. That seemed to be the nice average here. Okay, what do we smell on the cup? Well, let's look at the color. They're all pretty similar. It's a nice, I would say this is a pretty standard bagged black tea color. It looks nice. That sort of nice, like reddish brown kind of thing that, when I angle it like this, the edges look kind of swamp green. They're a little Shrek-like, which, but just don't do that and look at it. Unless you really, yeah. Don't smell much on the cup. Let's give it a sip of this too hot tea. Huh. That's pretty mild. That's shockingly mild. Definitely get the maltiness from the tea. Get a little bit. The spices for having so many of them, they're not very intense. They're pretty mild. This is not what I would think of when I think of a bagged chai. When I think of a bagged chai, I basically think of just the taste and smell of that sort of spice blend that they use for these. And basically nothing else. Okay, a little more on that one. The mouth feels pretty light. Doesn't hang out very long in my mouth. It's perfectly acceptable, I suppose. I don't know. We'll see how it feels later on. I would like more. I would like you to have more to you, more flavor. Because really, a lot of people I feel like are drinking this with stuff in it. And every bit of stuff that's in that isn't that is just diluting it. And I don't know, you're already starting at a pretty weak place. It's concerning, Tazo. Your blessings may be curses. Alright, the Bigelow decaffeinated. Let's see what you've got in your bag. Almost nothing. Wow, you are trying to be smellless on me, huh? The vaguest hint of cinnamon, weirdly, maybe it's just because it's next to the vanilla. I smell a bit of vanilla in this, which is unfortunate. 2 Bigelows. This is really turning into the sort of Bigelow depreciation channel. This is the, I think, 3rd of 6 videos I've done that includes a Bigelow product in it. And the Tazo is owned by the same company that owned the Lipton tea and infusions conglomerate, whatever they are. Oh god, we got an ant going in there. That's not good. They're the ones that own Lipton, the little yellow bags that people drank. So yeah, this is the Lipton Bigelow Appreciation Hour. So this one, it just says exotic spices, and it doesn't get into, it just says spices, which feels like that feels like a scam. That feels like you shouldn't be allowed to do that. It'd be like if, I don't know, if I made a product and I sold it and I put that there was food in it. Like, well, yeah, a little more specificity would be nice. I mean, you don't have to go into like the molecular composition of a cinnamon stick, but spices and natural flavors. That's fun. The website had, I believe, pictures of cinnamon, cardamom, and cloves. I don't really drink decaffeinated tea because most of the decaffeinated tea that exists is in this form, and I don't drink bagged tea very often. I do know that the decaffeination process is really rough on tea leaves as compared to, like, coffee. So I would be slightly concerned, but this is bagged tea. So maybe doesn't really matter. It's like there's only so much more you can, like, turd a turd. Oh god, that same ant. No! No! You'll definitely die. Also, you'll make my tea taste worse. Alright, let's see what you got. Okay, right off the bat, this smells stronger. It's got that mixture. That classic chai, well, not classic chai, classic bagged American chai, 'cause that's a whole, yes, I know that chai is a different thing. I know, don't do it. I see you type in that comment. You stop right now. I'll get Stephen Smith on you. He'll be in trouble. He'll curse your tea. I feel like the cinnamon I'm not smelling at all. I'm definitely getting the cardamom and the clove, and I'm getting definitely some dirt in here because I'm doing this outside very wisely. Pretty similar color, maybe a little bit lighter. That sort of Shrek quality goes in. It looks like it goes a little deeper on this. Although looking down at it, I mean that's a lovely red. It's great. Okay, this is another. The spices are a little more on this one. I wish they were much more. I don't really taste. Do I taste the tea? I'm gonna say no. I get a small hit of cardamom, that's for sure. I can't tell that there's cinnamon in here, I'm gonna say. Another surprisingly weak thing. I'll get around to, like, loose leaf decaf at some point and do some nice comparison stuff to a non-decaffeinated version and see what's going on. Maybe a little deeper dive than no dive. This isn't really a dive, this is just sort of looking at the water from a distance and saying, oh, I guess water exists, huh? Oh hey, here's a portmanteau cosplaying as a joke. Pea-calf. That's it. Did you like it? You loved it? Oh, thanks. And the vanilla, this should be pretty clear what you smell like. Yeah, you smell like vanilla. Maybe some nutmeg. That same mysterious blend of spices. It's not really mysterious. I guess I know what's in all of the spice combinations, but it's there's so much going on, it's hard to pick out any singular smell. And the photograph for the vanilla had, this has some of it. Obviously vanilla, cinnamon, also cardamom, cloves, and nutmeg. Interestingly enough, they're going for some sort of thing here. Vanilla chai! Inexplicably, on their website, the Bigelow family says that these are hand-picked leaves. And I cannot imagine why. That seems pointless for something that just gets completely ground up and put in a bag. Like, you can't tell. I don't know why they would do that. Maybe their harvesting machine on the farm broke down and they realized it was cheaper to pay people almost nothing to pick the leaves than it was to fix their machine. I don't know. Alright, right off the bat, I smell vanilla. I mean, I guess that's good. It's got vanilla chai in the name. If I didn't smell vanilla, I'd be concerned. You got another... I guess this is kind of fun, because the ant is participating in the taste test, just like me. So I'll come back for your opinions later, buddy. It'll be very important to my ant viewers. Okay, that's more of what I would have expected. Still pretty... but not the most powerful. Visually, it's pretty similar to the other Bigelow. We do have some dust in there, surprisingly. I think we do on this one too, yeah. Did the Tazo have any? Oh yeah. Yeah, some of it's just gonna get through these bags. If water can get through it. I guess some portion of dust is going to. There's a hit of fake vanilla in there. Can I taste the nutmeg? Would I if I didn't already know there was nutmeg in it? Probably not. I do get... Okay, there's a little bit of the sort of tannins that you get with a lot of the bagged black teas. I could taste a little bit of that. That's nice. I don't hate it. I don't hate tannins. I don't hate a little bit of bitterness. I think it's a good thing. Just a little, not a lot. It does, it's nice. It does say, like, hey, there's actually tea in here. You can taste it. It exists. It's real. Yeah, the vanilla flavor is the loudest, and it hangs around the most. I don't know that vanilla is what I want in a bagged chai. What I really want is the spices to be loud. I can taste it, though, so that's worth something. They didn't just say vanilla and then not give me vanilla. They gave me vanilla. So thank you, Bigelow Conspiracy, for that. I appreciate it. It's nice of you. And the First Street chai. Okay, that's another cardamom heavy one. These all seem to... The one I'm getting the most readily in the smell is cardamom. First Street. This one is the store brand for the smart and final food containment selling places in the Southwest. Grocery stores. Those. The smart and final grocery stores. This is their store brand. You know what? I gotta say, I'm kind of enamored with the simplicity of the design here. You know, there's just more colors and things going on here, and I kind of like that there's almost nothing happening on this. And this looks like something I could make in Photoshop compared to, that's just a little too much work. They've got multiple fonts, different sizes. But this, I mean, it's just words. Is calling it First Street when your store is smart and final supposed to be clever? Is it supposed to be related? Is it unrelated? Did they just come up with a name? I guess everyone just comes up with a name, but you shut up, you know what I mean? I don't know. But yeah, ginger, cinnamon, black pepper, cardamom. Their website also lists cloves and natural flavors. So that's pretty similar to all of these, I guess, so far. Minus a couple things, and plus caffeine in comparison. Oh, I definitely smell the cardamom on that. That's nice. That's good. That's about it. Let's give it a slurp. Okay, yeah, that is That's more of what I would have expected. I can actually taste all of the spices there. Maybe not all of them. I can taste the pepper. There's a hint of spiciness in there and the flavor of pepper. It's hanging out a little bit longer, which is surprising. That's nice. That's perfectly acceptable. That's not, you know, they saved money on the design by, I don't know, doing the opposite with this. I guess they saved a lot of money on this. This is some cheap stuff. The spices are definitely a little louder. And I'm just going to say it's not because it's the last one that I took the bag out of. That's not it. That's not allowed to be it. I took them all out within seconds of each other. This is a Tazo problem, not a me problem. Nothing's a me problem. I'm perfect. The black peppers is surprisingly prominent in this. I can taste the cardamom. I feel caffeinated. I'm going to say it. I had tea before this, and now I'm continuing to have tea, quite a lot of tea. And let me tell you, my bladder is just bulging with caffeine, except for you. Okay. Thus far, I think you might be my favorite, because I can taste you the most. Although I can't... Maybe there's the tiniest bit of malt in there. Look at that ant. From the tea. But that's it. I can't... The tea is really fading into the background as I just feel my heart absolutely racing. This is exciting. Whew! Yowza. Yeah, I can taste the spices, some of them. I don't know... It does make me wonder, maybe the spice is actually a little bit from the ginger too. Is it a ginger spice? Let's see. That reads more like black pepper than ginger to me. See, that makes me think you could just do... I hope I don't get too much grass in here. This is already like the most compromised comparison taste ever. You could just do those two spices, the cardamom and the black pepper, and I think you'd probably be better. Because instead of, I don't know, wasting space with all this other stuff, you could put more of those to it and they would both get to be a little louder. That ant thinks it's a spider. That's kind of fun. I as well just give you a smell while we're sniffing the bags. That also smells very heavily of cardamom, but slightly different. Maybe like a, continuity error, like something fresher. I don't know. I don't want to just say that because it's the hippie one, but it does have like less of a... I could see that being much more recently like whole cardamom that ended up in there. Or maybe there's just more of it and that's what's going on. Do you like my incredibly low-tech method of labeling these? I should have brought tape. That would have been smart. I could have taped the little things to each of them. Instead, I have them sitting on the ground with rocks on top. Good stuff. Okay, hippie chai instant cardamom chai organic vegan. This is the old wild card. I don't remember how I got this. This one's very, I mean, aside from being instant and being sweetened already and milked, much like myself, it's also just on a sort of, I don't know, economic level. Like, this is a small business. It's a very different thing. And they're putting vegan on here, which, I mean, I guess if you're putting a milk product in here, that's worth doing. These are all, I would be shocked if you weren't all vegan. Well, maybe, don't they give fake vanilla from, like, beavers? So I wonder if fake vanilla isn't vegan. But they had a picture of a vanilla, a little pod there, and a flower. I mean, how could they not have the real thing in there? These are probably all... There's a good chance they're all vegan. I would be surprised if they weren't. But something happens in the brains of people who don't use them very often when they see the word vegan applied to like a food product or something, and they just lose them because they don't think very hard about things. Like if Dasani started accurately, I assume, putting the word vegan on their water because it's water. I'd be shocked if their water wasn't vegan. I'd be concerned. There's a whole score of men who are all very dumb and who are all somehow ex-law enforcement, and they all drive these pristine-looking and massive dumb trucks, and they spend their free time shouting, you know, racial invective at their televisions. Those men would all rush to boycott Dasani as quickly as possible, and then, you know, probably buy the water bottles and stomp on them to symbolize how much they hate Dasani, this vegan water corporation, because it never occurred to them that water might not have meat in it. So, you know, by putting vegan on here, they're doing something. They're alienating a bunch of dumb people. And then, you know, there's a whole other quadrant of people that they're now appealing to. Presumably vegans. But I could be wrong on that. For the hippie on the go, that's what their website says. So, you know, as you're sort of crawling over swaths of homeless people on your way back to your multi-million-dollar Bay Area home that you bought for $8 in 1973, this is what you'd be drinking. Yeah, you know, that's actually kind of an unfair comparison. That's a mischaracterization. Those people don't walk. Alright, let's see what's going on here. Okay, I can absolutely smell cardamom, and I could smell my brain like lighting itself on fire right now, because I am now combining over-caffeination with undernourishment. So that's fun. I suppose if I faint on camera, that could be worth something. Yeah, that's super cardamom. Alright, let's go for it. Wow. Okay. Wow, okay. First off, texturally, I'm chewing this a little bit. Maybe you needed slightly more water. I don't know. I mean, it also does have oat milk powder in it, which is just going to thicken it compared to these, which are... I mean, water, as you may or may not know, is relatively watery. Hopefully. If it's not, then... I don't know. You've got some serious problems ahead of you. For some reason, just looking at this makes me think like hot cocoa, and I definitely got grass in there. Oh well. I do taste the tea. Oh, the cardamom actually takes a little minute to show up. For smelling so thoroughly of this spice, you'd think it would be dominant. And for being, I mean, that's all it is, as far as the spices goes. Which, I mean, that's kind of a nice thing. It's different than what you get in a bagged chai, because bagged chai is usually about, it's just throwing in as many spices as possible, and that's seen as a good thing compared to, like, you know, actual chai you might get in India, which they usually use like 1 or 2 spices. So this is kind of more related to that. That's worth something. Got that twig in there. Oh yeah. I can't say that I taste the tea. I do taste the tea. I could tell that much like myself, this has been milked. And sweetened. It does make, I mean, this is a totally unfair comparison. This is just a different product. And I made the choice to not milk and sweeten any of these, because I didn't want to, like, dilute the thing that I'm actually trying to taste. Which is the bags, the tea. That's what I want to taste. And so, you know, I don't know, adding another thing is just gonna make me taste it less. And, you know, that's just introducing like this really inconsistent variable. Not that there's any form of consistency in this at all. I mean, I don't think I even filled them all to the same degree, which, whatever, I don't care. I mean, I do care, but I'm trying to use apathy as a defense mechanism right now, so, you know, allow it. Let it happen. It's how I function. Yeah, you have to do something. Do something. But, yeah, you know, like the milk I have access to, my sort of homemade brew, is much more sweet and melodic than anything you'd be able to get at a grocery store or a sex shop. So, and yeah, like, I'd rather taste what's in these bags than what's in, you know, these. I bet you wish you could get out of this joke now. You can't. You're never getting out. We're staying here forever. I'm buying property in this joke. This is eternal. We're not leaving that one. All right, let's make one sort of last reverse run through. That might make some alterations, and this will be cooled down. So that could be another culprit here, is that as we were moving down, we were getting cooler and cooler teas, and so we were able to taste them more. And that one was definitely the hottest, shockingly, because it was the first one I drank. I don't know if you ever took temperature class in school, you dummy, but that's how temperature works. That's perfectly fine. The cardamom's pretty heavy. I might actually want it to be a little less cardamom-y and a little more tea-y, but expectations have to be appropriately set, I suppose. Also, I don't know, I guess because it's instant, and I'm actually drinking the sort of, I was going to call them leaves, they're not leaves anymore, it's powder. That's gotta be way stronger than the others in terms of caffeine. And look, it's got a flower and a peace sign on it. I mean, how could you not? And look, little hands making a heart, and then they put a heart above it in case you couldn't understand. Alright, back to First Street. I actually feel like the black pepper is now taking over. I feel like I can't taste the cardamom anymore. Maybe there's a little bit of the tea in there. A little bit of the sort of astringency. That tea flavor I associate with bagged black tea. It's basically just the flavor of bitter, which is fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Look at that bird. Alright, Vanilla Bigelow. Wow! That vanilla seems really loud right now. I don't think I like it. I don't think I want vanilla. They put vanilla in so much, and I don't think it really needs, I don't think it needs to be in there. Maybe I'm just a hater. No, probably not. Speaking of disgusting and awful, you dummy, you prick, you dummy. James Patter, you stupid. Stephen Smith. Alright, decaf. Really, I should have been drinking more of this. This is the one I feel like I've drank the least of. Because everything else is just going to give me the shakes and, I don't know, inflate my confidence a little too much. Oh, interesting. I feel like I taste all those spices and the tea a lot more going this way than this way. Comparison tasting so fun. I can't say I really am upset with myself that I can't pick out anything in the melange of spices that we've got, sort of stuffed in my mouth hole, but clove maybe? I feel like maybe that's what I'm getting. Is the clove that's in that one. Definitely not the pepper. That's the spiciest one so far. Alright. Tea shaman, let's see what you got. Oh wow, okay. Before I even brought that to my mouth part, I could just smell the anise. Wow. That's crazy how much more this tastes now that it's cooled down. Oh yeah, oh wow. That's actually a little spicy now. I think it might be a combination of ginger and pepper spice. And the star anise is really... I mean, I like star anise. I like sort of licorice-y flavors. Is that what anise is? Yeah, that's what anise is. Why would I... Confidence. You've got caffeine in you. You gotta be confident. I don't know that's what I want in my tea. But I kind of appreciate that it's in there. Just for difference sake. That tastes... That really tastes a lot more now. It makes me just want to rearrange them and then just keep drinking them in different orders, but I might die. And I definitely wasn't going to die before that. I'm kind of got this whole immortality thing going on, and I don't want to kind of break that streak. Let's give this one a sniff. The ants have been enjoying it. You know what that smells like? That smells like chai. Now that's information. You know, this all puts me in mind of a joke I heard once. Knock, knock. Alright, well, if you're not gonna play along, then you don't get to hear the joke, you prick. Alright, I'm gonna go in mostly for these 4, because I feel like you're too much of an oddball to really compare to them properly. Maybe if they were sweetened and stuff, but even then, the instant makes it a little different. Let's go back this way for fun. I don't think I like the anise in that. I'm gonna say I don't. The spice is nice. I like that it's a little spicy. Wow, that now that one's tasting very little in comparison. You kind of lose points for a lack of flavor all of a sudden. Hold on, let me. Okay, a little more in that one. I don't think I like that vanilla either. But now I just feel like I'm saying how these are all awful. That one might be my favorite of the bunch. It's spicy, which is nice. I like the spiciness of it. I like the spiciness of both of these, but it doesn't have that sort of the anise in there that I don't think works for the chai. I don't think it fits in. Maybe if it was more subtle, but at that point, focus on your other spices, Stephen Smith, or focus on not being an embarrassment. All right, let's give this one a sip. It's hard to taste past the oat and the sweetness on that. Because now in comparison, all that tastes quite nice. It's a nice break from all of this, which is starting to destroy me, I feel like. Let's see. I'm doing a little head bob like I'm Wicket, the Ewok. This is nice. I would most readily want to drink these 2 again. Probably, I feel like I would want to drink that more because it's not already sweetened and dairied, and I could control that. I could control the type of, I guess that's not technically dairy, milked. I could put the kind of milk and the quantity that I want, and the same for the sweet. So this might be my favorite. I think you're maybe my least favorite. Although these 3 are really... It's nice that they're competing in different ways to displease me. But they are displeasing me. Let's mix them. Let's make a Kurt Cobain. Get it? Alright, give you a little stir. Don't smell anything, really. I taste cardamom. That's it. It's not very exciting. That's a good thing to say about what I'm doing, huh? Wow, this sure is boring. What are you doing engaging with this, you dummy? What, did you fail temperature class? You stupid? That's a lot of chai I drink. I drink all of this. Almost. Ooh, it's hot. Ow. Looks like I failed temperature class.